Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan, and welcome to Dylan the Truth podcast. If you guys are new to this channel, I would like for you guys to subscribe to this channel and also hit that like button. Deeply appreciate it. Now, this segment is about um, Kawhi Leonard and his injury history. Um, we just got news, just a couple days ago, that Kawhi Leonard is going to be ruled out possibly for this series against the Phoenix Suns with a right sprained knee. Um, Again, this is like a pattern for this guy. Like he keeps getting hurt like every season. So I'm gonna quickly, you know, go through the last few seasons with Kawhi and the teams that he played for, and I'll just tell you how many games he's played in those seasons. So there's 82 games a season. So in the 2017 season, he played 74 games when he was with the San Antonio Spurs. By the way, that year, there's some people that argue that they could have upset the Golden State Warriors. I don't know if they would have won that series, but definitely they would have won Game One. That's for sure. They were up by like 25 points or something like that until he got hurt. Jaja Pazulia kind of undercut him, basically put his foot underneath when he was shooting, and then he rolled his ankle, landed on top of his foot. And from there, that's where it kind of went downhill for him. The following season, 2017-2018 campaign, he only played 9 games. That season, I believe that he was favored to win the MVP that year based on his previous season because he was actually excellent. He was considered one of the best two-way players. And what I mean by two-way players, he's great on both ends, offensively and defensively. So that's what I mean by two-way player. Um, it got really messy with San Antonio Spurs. He said that he wasn't healthy to play. There's a few players that believe that he was lying, that he was healthy enough to play. A couple of them went on the media and basically called him out. So he felt like, you know what? Like, you guys think I'm lying, you might as well just trade me. Now, his destination, he wanted to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. Popovich is not going to do that because the Lakers are rivals to San Antonio Spurs. So he's not going to give Kawhi Leonard what he wants. So what they end up doing was that they traded Kawhi Leonard to Toronto for DeMar DeRozan, which was the following season, the 2018-2019 season. He actually played 60 games. It's not that bad. He did miss 22 games, but the Raptors were still over 500, so they were a solid team. They were holding down the fort until he got back. I guess they were saving him for the playoffs. Thank God they did because we went on an amazing run. We ended up winning that championship that year. So I guess that load management paid off. The following season, he decided the summer of 2019, I believe in July, that's when he made that decision to join the Clippers. Now there was a rumbling. I believe it was everyone thought it was a two-way race between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Toronto Raptors. Little did he know that he always wanted to go to the Clippers. He had the Clippers in the back of his pocket. So he already made that deal already. It's just he had people in suspense. People didn't know where he was going to go. And, sure enough, he joined the Clippers that year. And that year, the 2019-2020 season, they were favorites to win the title. He only played 57 games. Of course, load managing, as he always does. They got embarrassed that year because obviously COVID hit, the pandemic hit. The NBA was suspended for a few months. Then they started back. They ended up having NBA in Orlando, the bubble. But when he was in there, the Clippers again were the favorites to win. They had a 3-1 lead on the Denver Nuggets, choked that away, and they ended up getting bounced in the semis. I mean, that was hilarious because I hate the Clippers. I really don't like that team. And for that to happen, oh my gosh, I was on cloud nine. I was dying of laughter. I loved it. Like, I love how they were in misery. I loved it. Um, that was that season. The following season, the 2020-2021, I guess this was their last chance to win that title. And, he missed 52 games. Sorry, he only played 52 games. Like, I mean, that's telling you a lot right there. He played only 52 games. Again, load managing. I believe it was a series against the Utah Jazz. I guess he was on a fast break. He bumped knees, like a knee-to-knee collision with Joe Angles, and then he ended up missing the remainder of the playoffs. Some argue that if he was playing, they would have made it to the finals and possibly win it all. But that's neither here or there. It is what it is. They got bounced once again. They lost to the Phoenix Suns, I believe, in 6. And that was that season. The following season, the 2021, the 2022, he didn't even play. He was out for the season because of that same knee injury. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is madness. This season, the 2022-2023, he only played 52 games. Once again, the load managing. I believe he missed like majority of the beginning of the season. It was just strange that you would get the news that he would be out for the remainder of the playoffs because the first 2 games, I mean, he was playing really well. Like, he was playing excellent ball. I mean, game 1, he had 38 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And in game 2, he had 31 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. But it was just strange that news came out that he was out for game 3 and then he was out for game 4. Most likely he will be out for game 5. When I first saw the news, I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was just making it up, but obviously it became the news and it was actually true. This guy just has bad luck. It's always with his knee, and I've been saying with him that knee's not going to get any better because he's only getting older. He's 31 years of age right now. He's turning 32 this summer. It's only getting worse. It's a good thing that he signed that long-term deal with the Clippers. I believe he signed like a 4-year deal. It's like over 200 mil. He had to because I'm pretty sure if any other team was to pick him up, they're not going to give him a 5-year contract or a 4-year contract. They'll probably give him a 2-year contract based on his injury history. I wouldn't take that chance with him because he's not a reliable person. Like, he's not a reliable player. Like, every season is always something with him. He always gets hurt at the worst time. So, I mean, there's a lot of fans, the Raptors fans believe, like, had he stayed in Toronto, a lot of this would have happened. I mean, the way I look at it, he should have stayed in Toronto because you're going to a city, basically you're trying to share the limelight with the Lakers. You will never trump the Lakers. I don't care what you guys do in the regular season. It's all about championships. These guys haven't even sniffed the finals. So for them to say that they took over LA, that will never happen. That will always be a Lakers town. That's what he doesn't understand. He feels like he could be bigger than LeBron James, which will never happen. Now, the situation with the Toronto Raptors now, had he stayed there, it's not only do you have a city behind your back, you have an entire country behind your back. Like, how many players could say that they have a country behind their back? He thought, like, okay, you know what? Maybe if I go to the Clippers, I could win a championship with them. So far, it hasn't panned out the way he wanted. I mean, they've just been getting bounced. Like, it has to be a curse. That's what I believe with this Clippers team. The Clippers team, I don't believe, will go to the finals anytime soon. Now, the question is, should they blow up this team? In my opinion, they should, because we got 4 years. 4 years. Usually that's like the max that they would give a team to win a championship. And if they don't win within that 4 years, they usually blow it up. I mean, we're getting to that point with the Clippers because we keep saying, oh, if they're healthy, they will go to the finals and win it. But they haven't been healthy. I've always said this. Going into the seasons, one of these guys are going to get hurt. It's whether it's Kawhi Leonard or Paul George or some other player on the Clippers. It it is what it is. This is what you're gonna expect from the Clippers. They're never gonna have like a season where they're gonna be fully healthy. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. Um, I mean, some people are saying that he should retire because this injury doesn't seem like it's gonna get any better as he's getting older. I don't believe it either. I'm not gonna tell somebody just to retire. That's none of our business, or it's not our place to say that for our player. I mean, that's something that he has to deal with internally. Like if he comes in terms of grips with himself and be like, okay, well, you know what? If I keep getting injured like this every season, and I'm hurting my team, I mean, maybe I could call it quits. I mean, if he does, I mean, he's accomplished a lot in the NBA. He's a two-time defensive player of the year, two-time NBA champion, multiple-time All-Star, um, all first team, all defensive team. I believe he was the All-Star MVP one of the years. Um, I mean, Finals MVP. Let's not forget in 2014 when they defeated the Miami Heat. He was a big reason for why they won that year against the favorite Miami Heat. Miami Heat at the time was a powerhouse, and they took them down in 5 games. So I don't know. It's just not looking good for him, man. I mean, I don't wish bad on anybody, you know, but with him, it just seems like these injuries always comes at the worst time. So I don't know. Maybe it's something that he should consider, maybe retiring, or if he does continue, he needs to cut out on this load management, because the load management is not helping at all. They're thinking that load management actually helps. It really doesn't, because if you sit down for a long period of time, you're gonna get out of rhythm, and then it's more likely you will cause an injury, which in this case he's been experiencing for the past 4 years he's been with this organization. So clearly this load management is not working. And I wish these players would stop doing it, because you know what? You're ripping off the customers because they pay their hard earned money to watch one of their favorite players play, just to find out that, oh yeah, well, they're load managing, or they just want to sit out because they just feel like sitting out. That's just BS. I mean, that's the one thing I don't like about what's going on in the NBA, because a lot of these guys are doing this and it needs to stop. Because if it wasn't for these fans, like, you guys wouldn't be where you are. And it seems like it's a slap in the face to them when they keep doing this. So hopefully that changes. They got to do something about that. Hopefully soon, like very soon. Well, anyway, I'm gonna leave that. I'll leave that with the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver. That's up to him what he wants to do. But that is it for this segment of Kawhi Leonard's injury history. I'd like to thank everyone tuning in to this video. Till next time, peace.